I remember the exact moment I realized my balance wasn't what it used to be. I was walking through my kitchen, nothing in my path, no distractions, and I stumbled. I caught myself, thank goodness, but that moment planted a question in my mind: what if I hadn't? Losing your balance isn't just about awkward missteps, it's about confidence, independence, and safety. If you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, know this: while nearly every older woman will face balance challenges, most aren't caused by old age alone. They stem from everyday habits, oversights, or misconceptions, each completely fixable. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to share 8 common mistakes that quietly erode our steadiness, what they are, why they're so insidious, and how you can correct them starting today. Stick with me all the way to the end. Mistake number 6 nearly sent me to the emergency room, and what I learned might save you from a fall of your own. Mistake 1. Wearing the wrong shoes. For years I wore those cute ballet flats, the kind that slip on easily and match any outfit. Then one afternoon I caught a raised sidewalk edge and nearly ended up face first in a rose bush. As we age, our feet flatten, the fatty pads under our heels thin out, and the muscles in our ankles and calves lose responsiveness. Slip-on flats, worn-out soles, and shoes with no arch support become a recipe for disaster. A proper shoe today is your foundation for balance. Look for a firm, non-slip sole, one with good tread and no worn spots. Seek structured support around your arch and ankle to keep your foot aligned. Cushioning matters. Memory foam insoles or a supportive heel cup absorb shock when you step on hard surfaces like tile or concrete. Finally, fit is crucial. Shoes that are too loose can trip you up, while shoes that are too tight can pinch nerves and restrict blood flow. The good news is that fashion has caught up with function. There are stylish walking shoes, boots, and even loafers built with these features. I replaced my ballet flats with a pair of navy blue leather-trimmed sneakers that look chic and feel secure, and I haven't tripped once on that troublesome rug corner in months. Mistake 2. Skipping strength training. If you're picturing a stereotypical gym full of bodybuilders, think again. Strength training simply means doing exercises that challenge your muscles. After 50, we lose muscle mass at a rate of about 1 to 2% per year, a condition called sarcopenia. Less muscle means slower reflexes, reduced stability, and a higher risk of falls. For years I assumed daily chores, a bit of walking and doing the dishes, were enough exercise. Then one morning I tried to rise from a low chair and needed both hands to push myself up. A stark wake-up call. I ordered a pair of 3-pound dumbbells online, placed them beside my favorite armchair, and committed to 2 minutes of strength moves each evening. Bicep curls while watching a show, wall. Push-ups as I waited for the kettle to boil. Leg lifts during commercials. It took only a few weeks to notice real change. I stood up from low chairs effortlessly. My groceries felt lighter, and when I accidentally tripped, my body caught itself instead of collapsing to the floor. Strength training rebuilds the muscular armor that protects you from falls, and just 10-15 minutes 3 times a week is all it takes. No gym membership required. Your living room, a chair, and a pair of light weights will do. Mistake 3. Ignoring vision changes. Our eyes do far more than help us read small print or recognize faces. They guide our entire body through space. From judging step height to spotting uneven pavement and gauging distances, vision is integral to balance. Yet when was the last time you had an eye exam? After a stumble in a dim hallway, I discovered my glasses prescription was 4 years out of date. My depth perception had degraded so gradually that I didn't notice until I nearly fell. More than reading acuity, ask your optometrist about contrast-enhancing lenses, anti-glare coatings, and brighter transition tints for low-light conditions. Also assess your home's lighting. Dim hallways, dark corners, and single-bulb fixtures create shadows that confuse your vision. I installed soft, warm LED nightlights in my bedroom, hallway, and bathroom. Now, even at 3 a.m., I navigate without fear. Clear, updated prescriptions and strategic lighting are simple precautions that dramatically reduce your risk of missteps after dusk. Mistake 4. Overlooking medication side effects. Many of us juggle multiple prescriptions for blood pressure, arthritis, cholesterol, or other chronic conditions. While these drugs can be life-saving, they often list dizziness, lightheadedness, or loss of balance among their side effects. A few years ago, I started a new hypertension medication and chalked my midday wooziness up to dehydration until I read the warning label. I brought the list of my medications, vitamins, and supplements to my doctor, who adjusted my dosage. Within days, that nagging dizziness vanished. The lesson? Keep a detailed journal of what you take and note any new or unusual symptoms. Bring the list to every medical appointment. Pharmacists and physicians can adjust doses, switch brands, or recommend timing changes. For example, taking certain meds with food. You are your best advocate. Trust your instincts, ask questions, and refuse to write off dizziness or lightheadedness as just getting older. Mistake 5. Furniture. Walking. Furniture walking is the habit of grabbing chairs, tables, counters, or walls to steady yourself as you move. I used to think it was just me being careful. One day, carrying a basket of laundry, I promptly tripped because my hands were full and had nowhere to grip. I nearly fell onto sharp corners of my coffee table. That was my sign. It was time for a cane. I resisted at first, would I seem feeble, but when I found a sleek, lightweight cane with a comfortable grip and a pretty floral design, everything changed. I walked taller, felt steadier, and carried groceries without anxiety. A cane isn't a symbol of frailty but of wisdom and self-care. It's a portable anchor that gives your body the support it needs exactly when it needs it, without relying on unstable furniture. If you catch yourself constantly reaching for tables, consider a cane as your new best friend. Mistake 6. Avoiding balance exercises. Balance doesn't stay sharp without practice. Unlike muscle strength, which we instinctively train by carrying groceries or cleaning, balance requires specific drills, micro-adjustments that keep the body centered. At a community center class, I first stood on one foot while brushing my teeth and walked heel to toe across the hallway. My ankles and core protested, but within 2 weeks, I held one-leg stands for 30 seconds without support. Now those subtle drills are woven into my daily routine, standing on tiptoes to reach high shelves, weight shifts while watching the news. Even just 5 minutes a day, 3 to 4 days a week, reinforces those critical neural pathways that tell your body how to stabilize itself. Here's a sample routine. Morning toothbrushing, balance on one foot, switch after 15 seconds. Kitchen kettle weight, heel-to-toe walk back and forth. Commercial breaks, 10 wall push-ups or seated leg raises. Small, consistent practice yields remarkable resilience. Mistake 7. Dehydration, not drinking enough water. Mild dehydration can cause dizziness, fatigue, confusion, and lightheadedness, all of which undermine balance. Yet as we age, our thirst signals weaken. I discovered I was downing only 4 cups of fluid daily, mostly coffee and tea, which can dehydrate further. When I committed to 6 to 8 cups of plain water, enhanced with lemon slices, cucumber, or fresh mint, my midday headaches dissolved, my joints felt flexible, and spontaneous dizziness disappeared. Keep a refillable water bottle in sight, on your nightstand next to your favorite chair or in your handbag. If plain water bores you, herbal teas or diluted fruit infusions count too. Proper hydration lubricates your joints, maintains blood, volume for steady blood pressure, and supports cellular function, foundations of stable balance. Mistake 8. Living in a fall-unfriendly home. We know our homes like the back of our hands, which is why we often miss hazards. After my laundry basket scare, I did a thorough audit. I removed loose curling rugs, secured trailing cords, installed grab bars near the toilet and in the shower, upgraded dim bulbs to bright LEDs, and moved everyday kitchen items from low shelves to waist height. These simple changes cost little but yielded enormous peace of mind. The statistics are clear. Most falls happen at home, but most falls are also preventable with basic modifications. Take these steps. Remove or anchor loose rugs. Tape down electrical cords or route behind furniture. Install grab bars by toilets and in showers. Add motion sensor nightlights in key pathways. Keep floors clutter-free. Store frequently used items at waist height. Ensure all staircases have sturdy railings. Your home should be a haven, not a hazard. Investing a few hours and dollars in fall-proofing transforms your living space into a safety net for your independence. Each of these 8 mistakes on its own chips away at our steadiness. Combined, they create a perfect storm of clumsiness and fear. But by correcting each one, upgrading shoes, doing simple strength and balance exercises, keeping vision and medications in check, staying hydrated, and fall-proofing your home, you rebuild your foundation from the ground up. These aren't drastic life overhauls. They're manageable incremental adjustments you can start today.